I got a question. I got to know. You always ask everybody, what's the best pregame song? What's Ben Tenuta's pregame song?
Please don't let it be
the
no bullshit,
pregame
man.
song. Me and my Bell Vernon boys, we already know. Jimmy Wapo.
Hey!
It's Jimmy Wapo. We always listen to Devil Face. That was one of our best songs.
With the purple face emoji.
Yeah. And then we always listen to Dreams and Nightmares. It always went like Jimmy Wapo, Dreams and Nightmares, and then to finish it all up, Lights Off. We turn all the lights off. This is actually the best song right here. We turn all the lights off. Pitch black. We just play In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. They still do it today.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Athletic Aesthetic Podcast. My name is Vinnie.
My name is Trey.
And we are back with episode 43. Here on the Athletic Aesthetic Podcast, we bring art and sports together through conversation every single week. And this episode is, dude, it's right up our alley, man. We got a guy 100%. Who was an athlete. He's now a photographer, videographer, goes viral almost every single day on his channel.
Literally.
And so it's the perfect mixture of sports and art. And the conversation, I don't know about you, but I thought it was great. And I can't wait to share it with you guys.
Thought it was a great conversation, man. The kid that we were talking about right now, his name is Ben Tenuta. I mean, this kid is definitely different, bro. He's somebody that we can say that's ahead of the game right now, bro. Everybody's trying to look to what he's doing next, and he showed a lot. But not only that, we got to really know the guy behind the camera, which was important.
No doubt, man. So this is, without further ado, we're going to send it to episode 43 with Ben Tenuta. Check it out.
If you had like an actual director behind you, you'd be like, all right, camera 2, 3.
Like,
you know what's crazy?
And they're like ready camera 2.
Broadcasting like a sporting event is insane. Like, it's unscripted, so like you don't know what to do, and you got like if you have a shot on somebody, you don't even know if they'll tell you like, all right, camera 3, you're on, and then you'll know you're on. So you're steady your shot.
What's the biggest sporting event that you've, like, as far as a production wise goes? Like, what's the biggest game that you've?
I worked a broadcast for the game Pitt beat Clemson.
Oh, really?
When and I actually got like sick as in that game. So I was like running. So I was following that Molly lady. She's like a sideline reporter. Like I wasn't even running a microphone, and I was just sitting there. They're like, all right, we're going to give you a light.
Yeah.
And you're just basically going to follow Molly around until she does an interview. So she had 2 interviews. She interviewed at halftime, and then she interviewed at the end of the game. I tell you, she walked like around the stadium like 100 times.
Dang.
I probably walked like at least 20 miles or something. It was insane.
Now,
during that whole entire game. And that was like a 3-hour broadcasted game. Like,
dang.
And you're just do you have a guy that's like working with the wires?
Well,
or
no, so they'll have like a camera guy, but like I don't think he was following her around like I was. Like,
gotcha.
I think he was kind of like shooting the game, and then like when it was time for the interview, like whoever was the closest did it. But if I had to do that job would have sucked.
Dude, that job looks miserable.
I would rather do what I did. Besides me getting sick, just because I didn't eat anything that day or like drink anything, like I basically just showed up and I was like, all right, I'm gonna shoot this game, and like,
how old were you?
This was like,
it had to be,
bro. This was like sophomore year.
I was gonna say,
listen, you gotta understand, Ben's a young protege, bro. When I first met Ben was when I seen him with a camera, bro. He's working with his boy at Thrival. We talked a little bit about it, and I'm like, yo, I remember talking to him like, yo, keep up with that thing, bro. I don't know where it's gonna take you, but
what's
it's gonna do
Thrival?
something. Explain, because I don't remember.
So it was thriving. I forget like what the actual definition was, but it was just like thriving in all like aspects of life, basically.
Okay.
So he just started the brand. He was gonna do like a little bit of a podcast thing.
Oh, nice.
He's a business major. My boy Dawson at Duquesne. So we're both seniors now. We were just texting.
Is it kind of more like geared towards athletes?
It was just like all sorts of different people.
It was a movement.
So how did you?
It was a movement.
Kind of be a part of that. And so that's how you guys met, you're saying?
Yeah, bro. It's just because honestly, bro, I answer all of my DMs for the most part, bro. So like they hit me up, bro, and it was on like a request. I was like,
yeah,
let me see what this kid's talking about. Because I remember when it was like starting a movement, bro, and how difficult it was to get started. So I was like, let me give him a chance, bro.
Hashtag jetpack.
You know, hashtag jetpack. That was the first one ever. But then from there, bro, he's like, I just want to interview, sit down and talk. And I was like, all right, yeah, let's sit down and do it. Then he showed up with Ben. Ben had the camera, and we just had a great conversation. He asked some cool questions, and we just kept it going from there.
Cool,
that was the first time I met Ben.
Yeah. What was your first impression of each other? I want to hear this.
We'll let Ben go first.
Well, so when we did the interview, you were like, we should do a walk and talk. So we walked on that one that little path over there, and I walked backwards for probably about 20 minutes.
This boy's quads are on fire. I already
So
knew.
I walked backwards, and like I did
shaking.
it, like I was fine. Like I think the camera was pretty steady. Like I edited the whole video and everything, and I think it worked out. So, yeah, dude, that was the first thing I did. But like besides that, like I just remember being like in pain. I was like, all right, I'm ready for this to wrap up. Yeah.
His quads were on fire. I knew
Yeah.
they were too because I was laughing.
Do that
knowing
to
it.
that man.
Bro, I didn't know any better, bro. I was definitely a virgin to this camera game. You feel me? So like, I
mean,
didn't realize he was gonna walk backwards for 20 straight minutes.
Damn.
Yeah, like I don't think it was really a thought until like I had to do it.
Bro,
Like,
it's,
like-
all fun and everybody has a great idea until they're like, you can do that, right? And you're like,
yeah, I'll do it. Yeah,
I can't.
I did it again too.
At
like,
what
this
point,
past year.
like, hold on, because I just feel like there was a point in your head where you wanted to speak up and say something. So
Yeah,
you
there
were too
definitely
deep.
was. There definitely was. They like would
100%.
slow down and then they'd pick up, and then it was like,
Were you like,
Hold
man,
on.
we should switch up the angle?
Hold on, though.
Yeah.
And
Hold
Trey's
on,
like,
though.
no, hold on, I'm gonna flow.
Hold on, though,
like,
because I
okay.
definitely stopped a couple times on purpose because I definitely realized my man's quads were on 10.
yeah,
Because
Did you give him one of these, like?
Bro,
Because I know there's levels to this, right? So like it starts with you giving him subtle hints while you're walking backwards by like, maybe like standing up, stretching out the back. Then you give him
Yeah.
one of these with the legs. Trey doesn't pick up on it, so he's like, all right, keeps going. Maybe there's like another pause where you're like, so we thinking
Bro,
about like another angle?
Hold on. With all due respect, because I didn't know any better, right? I'm here to do a job. You're here to do a job. We're doing a job together. So whatever you got to do is what you got to do.
yeah,
But now
I
that
respect the
understand,
hustle.
but now I understand the hustle. You feel me?
yeah.
I apologize for making you walk backwards.
Oh, you're
for
good.
20
You're good. I
minutes.
probably needed it. I probably needed the grind.
So dude, take me through like, let's kind of start from the beginning. You obviously capture a lot of sports now, and what was your involvement with sports growing up? Like, what were the sports you played?
Yeah.
What were the sports you followed? Maybe some of your favorite athletes.
Yeah, for sure. I started. I played football basically my whole life. I like football has always been my sport. I mean, I played soccer, t-ball, but football was the sport
Yeah.
for me.
What'd you play in football?
I played middle linebacker, tight end. But when I was younger, I
Okay.
played I always played tight end. Like
Hold
when I
on,
was
hold on,
younger.
hold on. You mean to tell me Ben was hitting shit?
Yeah,
That's
I
what
think
I'm
so.
I was hitting back in the day. Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd you go?
let's-
Bell Vernon?
I went to Bell Vernon. Yeah.
You did.
Oh.
Yeah, so I played for the LaGrange Eagles in youth football. So that wasn't like Bell
Yeah.
Vernon, but it was like the Bell Vernon
Yeah.
football league. So we were playing like all different teams, like the Fayette City Bulldogs and stuff.
Yeah.
But once I got to high school, middle school, I was playing tight end, slot, and then I was playing outside linebacker originally.
I didn't know that.
Then I moved to inside linebacker.
He said he played
junior
slot. You played slot receiver.
Yeah, I played slot for a little bit, but
Oh,
I,
I gotta
wasn't,
see
I wasn't
that.
that crazy.
All right, you
at
got
it.
one-on-ones with like, a decent DB. If you catch it, you get $1 million. What's your go-to route?
My go-to route.
Yeah,
probably
like
a
what's like
slant,
what
probably
do
a
you
I
eat?
slant.
had a feeling he was going with the slant.
It's
But from the
simple
tight
slant,
end, what
or
was
maybe
your,
an
like-
arrow.
Yeah.
No, so if you look up, I don't know if it's on Facebook or what. It's probably on my dad's Facebook. Tight end pop pass.
You got a
Youth
highlight film
Football
on there?
League. Bro, my tight end pop pass. I was like, we were like the only team throwing the ball.
Hey, yo,
back
we
then.
need the link immediately. And we need to
ASAP.
put that in
just
this
me
edit
at
for
tight
sure.
end. Just run like 3 yards. Go to extra point every time. 2 points right there.
The pop
Start
pass,
it.
baby.
I got a
I don't-
feeling like his dad's in the camera, like go,
Yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's gonna be
Nah,
perfect.
he was like an assistant coach.
Were you like
But in the video though that I have, my grandma, you just hear my grandma go, "Go Ben!" Literally, like in the video, like I score, I catch it. She's like, "Go Ben!"
All right, mark this because we need to find the video and we need to sound clip this for like future
ASAP.
podcasts
It's
for
definitely
the soundboard.
it's
Go
definitely
Ben.
on there. It's definitely on Facebook somewhere.
So who put the video together for you, or did you put the video together?
It wasn't really a highlight video. It was like, I don't know, my mom like filmed it.
Were you over her shoulder like, Mom, change the colors and like,
No,
come on,
no.
Mom?
So
That
that-
wasn't even a thought. Doing videos back then was not even a thought.
No.
No,
So-
but
So when did
Oh,
it become a thought?
so once what came a thought was when I got to the high school. I mean, I was always interested in videos with my boy Dawson. We were just talking about like we always were into YouTube videos, like doing random stuff, and it wasn't until like I got to high school we had a Romeo and Juliet project to do freshman year,
Okay.
and me and my boys we just basically like I scripted out this whole video. I knew how to kind of edit. We made this video. And my
Getting
teacher
dirty
was
on
like,
iMovie over there.
yeah, it was on iMovie. It
Oh,
was I
yeah.
grinded it on iMovie. We shot this video. We actually went to a mall. If you go on my YouTube channel, you'll find it. We went to Century 3 Mall.
You went to C3 Mall?
We acted
Dude,
like
I need all this old Ben Tenuta
we
footage.
acted like we were doing like a Rocky scene in the video.
I worked at Finish Line. What year was this?
It was like last year was probably open, like probably 2016.
Dude, I feel like I was there.
That was right before the
Nah.
mall got
But
really bad.
But we were
Yeah.
at Dick's Sporting Goods. We had a Rocky scene filmed there. We had
need to see this.
we had a fight scene inside like Century 3 Mall, some random area.
But, bro,
I
they
mean-
just probably thought that was just par for the course.
Yeah, they
that
probably
day.
just thought it was part of the skateboarding that was going on
Yeah.
down there because there was a lot of skateboarding going on.
That
I
was a
remember
part of the
last-
downhill Century 3 Mall.
Yeah.
Bro. Century 3 Mall went bad
Bro,
fast.
there was one morning when there was I worked there at like peak sneaker release, like before the apps.
Mhm.
So like people would line up on Saturdays. There was this one escalator, dude. The whole mall was so jacked up. I think it's still on Instagram. This girl that I worked with, her name was Sammy. She posted it, so I'll have to go back and see if I can find the video. But they would like line up outside the mall and they would just open the doors and it would just be a free-for-all sprint to whatever shoe store that they would go to. And the nearest escalator to Finish Line was broken. They had like 2 steps were like removed because they were doing maintenance on it. And there was like cones at the bottom, cones at the top, taped off, do not use.
Do not use.
But it was the quickest way to get to Finish Line from the entrance. So these people just were like, well, I got to get there first to line up outside the gate to get my size. So they were like, F it. Went up this thing. Well, what they didn't realize was the missing steps were on the bottom part of the conveyor. So when they came back up around, bro, there was a gap like this big that just went down into the mechanicals of like the escalator. And so we got this video of these people like literally they're on there. There's people pushing them from behind
You gotta jump over.
and there's nowhere to go. So they're like scaling this thing, trying to jump. It could have been like really bad.
That could have been
Oh.
terrible.
But that was like Century 3 Mall, man, in a
Yeah.
nutshell. Like
Yeah.
you might get a pair of shoes, you might end up,
Yeah.
chopped in half by an escalator.
You don't even want to go over there right now, bro. The potholes in Century 3
Oh
Mall.
my god.
Bro, listen, they're enough to break down your whole entire car.
Whole
like
car.
the whole entire car.
I feel like if I get to a point here at the pavement group where I can afford to fix that, I'll do it for the love of the community. Like that's
Yeah,
my
that road
word.
needs
That's my
paved.
vow. If we
Alright.
blow this page up, if you guys help me get this podcast to where I'm making enough money, I promise you, Vinnie will fix the pothole issues at Century 3 Mall. This
Oh,
is I'm
Swing,
running
Swing.
on this.
Swing.
Open the mall too.
I'm reopening the mall, baby.
Swing. What's my favorite slogan?
Where's Remo's?
What's
Who
my-
owns Remo's? I need to get in contact with them immediately
what's
because we
my-
got a grand opening
what's
to
my
plan.
what's my favorite slogan? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. There ain't not a damn thing over there once. Let's get this out
Yet.
the way.
Yeah.
LA Fitness gone. They said there was nobody coming this way.
Listen,
Hold on, not done. Not done. Dick's Sporting Goods. Ben, where's it at now at Century 3?
It's gone.
Gone. Doesn't exist.
I don't even
RIP.
think you can even enter Century 3.
You
like, by
can't
the
even
mall.
enter the jump.
yeah.
Because there's so
it caught
many
on
issues.
fire.
Yeah,
Like,
not
this
without a
past
Kevlar.
fall, I think.
It caught a
Listen,
fire?
I'm pretty sure it caught on fire.
Listen.
I don't know though. I'm pretty
If
sure it
anybody
did.
can do this, it's us.
But why?
You can capture the story. You can capture the story. You can tell everybody why this is important, and I can like bring it to life.
But you still haven't answered that question that you told me I could tell everybody. Why is it important?
Ben, why is it important? What
mean,
does
if you-
Century 3 Mall mean to you?
I mean, bringing the mall back would be sick because I don't have to go all the way to South Coast Village. But
That's enough for me.
yeah, the potholes are awful though, man. It's so bad.
Ben, I can't believe you just said that, Ben.
Dude, that mall was so clutch. Like going to Dick's
It
Sporting
was,
Goods.
dude.
Like,
Did you
back
remember the discount champs that was in there?
What about the track that they had around the Dick's?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was like pioneering
Mhm.
in like.
Man, RIP to Century 3.
I worked at Stephen
Let it rest
Barry's.
in
There
peace.
was a track around Dick's.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a track
Yes.
around like the shoe area.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was like a big deal. Like when you were, when did they? I was probably in like 5th grade when that
I'm not
Dick's
gonna
opened
hold
up.
you though. I lived in Lincoln Place, bro. At one point in time, Century 3 was the spot to go pick up.
Bro,
feel
if
me?
you
Yeah.
didn't
It
try
was
on
the
a pair of
spot.
Nike Shocks at Dick's Sporting Goods and do at least one lap around the track to make sure they fit all right, like
Every
you-
pair of shoes in there was used.
Yeah,
Used.
Every
used,
Oh,
used, new track cleats, used.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to think what was the last thing I bought there. Probably a Pitt shirt. I remember one time I was going to the Pitt game. I bought like a Pitt T-shirt real quick.
they had unlimited Shady McCoy jerseys for like 3 years before NIL was a thing. It was just a blank 25.
greatest snow football player of all time.
Greatest.
I remember
literally.
going there and going to the Hometown Sports. You
Dude,
ever
that was a
remember
gem
that place,
too,
Hometown
yeah.
Sports? I remember they have like DeJuan Blair jerseys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, that place was
They
stacked.
have
need
his
to get
name
him
it,
on
but it's
here.
45.
That was so cool because they used to have racks upon racks. Like any Steeler that was on the roster, you could find their jersey in there. It wasn't like now they got apps where you can like pick your player, whatever. But back then it was like, now you got to go to Century 3 Mall, Hometown Sports.
You gotta buy the jersey like physically. You can't like just order it.
See,
so dang.
Now, Vinny, I want you to ask the question that you told me you were going to ask because I'm very, very, very curious to see what Ben says.
All right. So I'm curious, who's the best athlete you've ever captured in your mind?
Best athlete I ever captured? I mean, I got to shoot Aaron Donald, so like that's definitely up there.
Let me say in high school.
In high school?
I should rephrase that. Who's the best high school athlete Ben Tenuta's ever shot?
There's so many dudes, bro. I can't just pick one.
See, he's trying to
All
protect
right,
the image. Look at him. He's protecting the image. He's
All
protecting
All
the
right.
image.
I thought I could get a clip out of it. I'm trying to go viral like Ben, man. I'm just trying to get something. I got a few more.
He said, don't worry. I got a few more.
There's
One of
so
these things is
many
going to catch
dudes,
up.
No, I will say, all right, like I could tell you like every year, maybe like every year.
All right, let's do that. Let's do that.
Every year, like so, like the first year I started, it was probably Devin Whitlock. He was going insane that like year, and like that year that he had was just crazy. Like, and the run they had all the way to the Whippy Championship, it was fun because I was from BV. I got to play with Devin, and to just see them like do that was crazy. Because they missed it the year before because it was like COVID year. They lost to Alquippa. And the year before that, we lost in the Whippy Championship when I played. So I mean, it was sick to see that. And then Katie Akamelli, that run he had, and from at Penn Trafford, going all the way to States. I mean, that's my guy. He's, they got to do that, and then also like Eli Heidenreich and the run that they had at
Mount Lebo.
Like now thinking about it, I was talking about this all at States this past weekend. Was that because like they got to beat St. Joe's that year? Like I didn't realize at that time how big that was, like beating a team like that, And I mean, they haven't lost to a state championship since St. Joe's, so they're the only team to do it. And a lot of those dudes just graduated. Like all those guys were like sophomores that year. It's crazy.
See, that type of stuff to me is crazy to me because I'm sitting and looking back at it now. Weren't you guys 4A at that time?
Yeah, we're 4A.
And then y'all dropped down to 3A.
3A, yeah.
Just to,
What's
go
EF?
win some states. 3A.
Yeah, they're 3A.
We beat Vernon 35-14 my senior year, so I don't know
what year was that?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, jeez.
back in the old days, the Stone Age.
2009.
Okay.
He said 2009. Woo!
I remember going to an EF game, just like being up in the bleachers.
How old were you in 2009?
I was 8.
8?
Yeah. I was born in 01, so.
How many knee surgeries did you have by 2009?
Shit.
Hey, yo.
0,
You
actually.
come at me? I'll come right back.
Actually, I had 0. By 2011, how many concussions you had?
Oh.
I don't remember.
Jeez. See, I never really got injured, so I've always been good.
No injuries? You were injured?
No, I broke my hand senior year. That sucked.
Okay.
And then I had a concussion like my sophomore year.
It's common.
But like besides
Common
that,
thing.
but I feel like every year you play football, you have a concussion. Like I feel like it's
Dude,
kinda...
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Ben. Talk about that a little bit. Because right now, I got to give credit where it's due. Do you know Bell Vernon's 2-time back-to-back state champions right now?
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to Bell Vernon. But ultimately, let's talk about the concussions. Because I believe, people don't believe me when I say it, every year you get a concussion. It's just not every single one of them is diagnosed.
Yeah.
Right or wrong? Vinnie
I mean,
could actually
it's just
Hold on,
football,
that
like, dude.
congratulations was a concussion statement in itself.
Huh?
You just went off in the left. Hold on, congratulations, back to back. Now back to the concussion talk we were talking about originally.
Yeah, no, I thought you were gonna start
ADHD.
talking about Bell Vernon. I was about to be like, yeah, dude, that's my dudes.
Well, okay, so let's get back to the concussion statement. Shout out to Swing for calling me out. Love it. I love it because he's right.
I
We're
know
not
what's
wrong.
happening right
I was
now.
confused a little bit. I'm not going to lie, confused myself. But yeah, sincerely.
If you want to talk about concussions, just play the last
We're going to.
45 seconds of this podcast, and that's enough
100%.
evidence right there. That
So
they
everybody in here's
100%.
had at least one.
I
at
get one
least
every day
one.
when I bend over under this TV to fix the lights.
Yep.
I'm
stand
pretty
up.
sure I've definitely had at least 5, and out of those 5, only 2 were actually diagnosed.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it just happens. Like when you're playing, like you hit your head and you just get back up. Like there's definitely times where it's like you probably got a concussion, but you're just gonna like suck it up. Like
I got a question I got to know. You always ask everybody, what's the best pregame song.
Oh,
What's Ben Tenuta's pregame song?
Please don't let it be
the
no
pregame
bullshit, Ben.
song. Me and my Bell Vernon boys, we already know Jimmy Wapo.
Hey!
It's Jimmy Wapo. We'd always listen to Devil Face. That was one of our best songs.
With the purple face
you know,
emoji.
yeah. And then we always listen to Dreams and Nightmares. So it always went like Jimmy Wapo, Dreams and Nightmares, and then to finish it all up, lights off. We turn all the lights off. This is actually the best song right here. We turn all the lights off, pitch black. We just play In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins. They still do it today.
Yeah.
It's like it's like one of those songs. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Goosebumps.
yeah. So that's
Immediately.
definitely it.
If you could go back and play a game right now, what's your stat line? No.
I'm at least having like 10 tackles. Probably.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a pick too.
Oh.
Put me on offense, maybe one reception, but
Okay. You guy was a defensive guy.
yeah, I was mainly defense. When I played, I literally from junior year to senior year, I just played like linebacker. That was it. Like I was just like all linebacker. Like I was a tight end, but like I just played linebacker.
Yeah.
Like
You
I'd
were
go to
locked in.
practice and it'd be like offensive practice,
Mhm.
and I'd just be playing linebacker
Ooh.
for like scout, and I'd just get my reads, just get reads.
Smart man. Smart
Dude.
man.
I just realized we got to do a uniform segment with Ben Tenuta. Well, I need you to design me a Bell Vernon Leopards uniform.
I got you.
Can you do that for
Yeah,
me?
I can do it.
All right. Can you describe
I
it?
still like the uniforms now. I mean, right now, if they had like, I always wish they had like black jerseys. Like if they ever got black jerseys, at least
That'd be tough.
once, with like a black helmet, maybe like a gold.
I got to be honest. I hate the fade.
I like the fade. It grew on me. I mean, when we got them, it was
Yeah.
sick. Like
Just
I like
reminds me
them.
of like Jacksonville Jaguars.
yeah, but they're better than
Shameful
that
era.
though. Like if you look at the Jaguars and then look at those, like the BV ones look a lot better than. the
Aren't you
Jaguars.
guys called the Jaguars?
No, we're the leopards.
Leopards.
Yeah.
Different cat.
Different cat.
No, but if they had like maybe like a leopard logo on it on the helmet, that'd be sick. Gold numbers with like green trim maybe,
Okay.
and then just like a blackout jersey basically, kind of
Got it.
similar like
Bell Vernon
black pants,
blackout.
gold on the side.
All
Yeah,
right.
just run one of
I'll
those.
have to mock it up. You got any good shots of you from high school that I
I
can
got a
use?
couple. I
All
don't
right.
know
I
who
need
was
you to
taking
send them
pictures
out.
back then.
I'll mock it up on you.
But yeah, I have a couple of me playing linebacker.
Yeah.
You know,
All right. Perfect.
I got you.
Last two like structured questions that I had to get in. One of them being who has the best uniforms in the Whip Eels?
Best,
Ooh,
best uniforms in the Whippeal.
that's actually a tough one. That's a
I'm
good question.
Yeah, I got to think about that one for a second. I'd probably say
My Lebo's up there, bro. I don't care what nobody got to say, bro.
I had Lebo
They're
in my head,
clean.
but I
They're
don't know.
clean.
I'm not gonna say Lebo. I'm probably say I really like Lebo's gold ones are cool, but I really like Gateway jerseys. Like I like Gateway's uniforms.
They've always
They got those
been-
Jordan uniforms too.
yeah, they
Yeah.
got the gray
and
ones, I
like
believe.
kind of like that. It's like all black gold,
Yeah.
like the gold in it. I think that's really tough. And then when Penn Hills had those black jerseys, I never got to see them actually wear them in person, but I thought those were sick. I always
Oh,
like Penn
yeah.
Hills is like with the
Yeah.
Peak.
arrow on the side and everything.
Man,
Thinking like
Ben's
Florida
tripping.
State.
He knows the answer is Woody High. Everybody
gonna
knows
say-
the
Yeah,
answer.
Woody's up there
High.
too, though.
Woody's, I think
too.
Woody needs to move away from Under Armour,
They-
and
yeah,
then
they
they
gotta
will,
switch
if they had
to
Nike, I
Nike.
think they'd be the best uniforms.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
I would
color
agree.
scheme though, hands down.
Yeah, I definitely would say they got to switch to Nike for sure.
Yeah.
What's the best game that
Or
you
athletic
captured
aesthetic.
this year?
Best game I captured this year, I'd probably say, I got to think about that for a second. Because like the state championship, there was like no real good games.
Right.
Like I would say that Bell Vernon game was like that game for me was sick because I know all those guys and like I've been covering them
Yeah.
since sophomore year. But like that was probably one of my favorite games to cover, just the way they did it. But the best game I probably covered this year. Oh wait, it's the Penn Hills Pine Richland game
Cracking.
with Ubi.
Yo, the
final drive.
freshman.
Like that game, like there was like nothing going on the entire game, and then when that drive happened, it was just like crazy and just like
Tell me about it. I don't know
Just
what
a
you're
magical
referring to.
moment.
How why
So-
was it so special?
so.
Freshman quarterback, by the way.
Yeah, it was a freshman quarterback. It was like, I think it was like 9-0 all game, and then went down to like the final, basically like 4 minutes, and Pine Richland was finally able to move the ball and kick a field goal. So they finally kicked a field goal in the game. It was like 9-3, and then they got a stop, Here comes Pine Richland. Like less than 3 minutes in the game. There's like 2 minutes left. Ubi just drives them all the way down to the field, gets a couple big runs, makes some big throws. And the crazy part is they weren't doing it like the entire game.
Who's this person? Ubi?
He's a freshman quarterback.
Ubi Schrader.
I don't know where he came. I think he's from the Hill District. I don't know where he's from. I don't know how he got to Pine Richland.
I think he's originally. His brother went to Penn Hills actually, which is
Okay.
kind of crazy too.
No
Like,
disrespect to him. I just
it was
don't
against Penn
follow
Hills.
that much. Football. I have
But
kids
his
right now.
Yeah. But so it went down to like the final, like basically the last couple plays there. It was like probably 9 seconds left, and he ran one into the end zone for a touchdown. And he was only a freshman, so it was like
Wow.
just a crazy like game, the way
Yeah.
it finished, and then like being down all game.
Nice.
It was awesome.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, shout out to that. Is it?
Ubi Schrader.
Ubi, I got an athletic aesthetic hat for you.
Yeah, I
and,
did a couple videos of him this year that like really popped off. So like I did a video like basically talking about that whole like final drive there. Like he was only a freshman. And then I did a video of him from week 0 of him scoring his first like rushing touchdown, which was like he did it against the starters at Pick North in Ohio. And it was just a really good play, and like that one popped off like too.
He's got some talent.
My favorite post or like theme, or I don't know what you call it, like series that you posted throughout the season was number 54 for Woodland Hills.
Oh my
Number
goodness,
54 from
hilarious.
Bro, when he lost homecoming
Oh,
Talking about Big White Cuz. I know you're talking about.
and he said, what was the guy's name that
I
won?
forget his name.
It was like Keith or something. He's like, freaking Keith.
oh.
Heated that he lost him.
you got me mixed up, bro. That was Prospect posted that.
Oh shit, my bad.
No, you're good.
What was
I did post a video of 54. He was in.
Okay,
He was a
I'm sorry,
senior.
dude.
It was like senior night, and he was in it, and he looked like ticked. And
you posted him?
I posted him, yeah, for that.
Okay,
But yeah, he
maybe
was like,
that's why I'm confused.
he was just like ticked. But he's always doing that. Like I've seen a couple videos of him.
Okay,
There's so many like guys
Just
around
wanted to
here.
clear
Like
the
that's
air.
just a video that I would post. Like that's something I would post on my page.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I just want to make sure,
What's
dude.
that?
Like it was an honest mistake. I love your stuff, man. I just think that everything's great that I see is yours. That's a compliment.
I guess, yeah.
You know?
I
You
feel
got
you.
offended.
Hey, listen,
Bro,
man.
I'm gonna make a whole video on you. I'm gonna walk out.
Hey, Ben.
I'm done. You don't know your information. Some
Have our
people do
first
that. People
podcast
do that.
walkout.
I'm not gonna lie, Ben. If you walked out, I'd laugh my ass off right
Bro,
now.
if I was like an athlete, you'd said like, bro, when you scored that touchdown, I'd be like, got out and left.
All right. Well,
Ah, shit. It's all right.
All right, pick another video.
oh, your video. God, I hope this is yours. The video of the Miley Cyrus.
No, I didn't do that. I'm kidding.
Hey,
God.
bro.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
I asked him what's the best pregame song.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the one kid said Miley Cyrus. when
But it wasn't a
it-
Miley Cyrus
Yeah,
song.
it was party. Wait, I think it was Miley Cyrus. I
Or
think
yeah,
it was
it was
actually.
Party in the USA, and
He
he
said Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift,
Yeah,
Party
it's
in the USA.
Yeah, Ashton Blatt. Yeah, Ashton Blatt from Central Catholic said that. Yeah,
That sent me, dude.
he was like, bro, you did me wrong. I was like,
Dude,
I was like, bro, it's too
You know what I'm
funny.
talking about?
Yes.
It's such a
It's like,
great
hey,
clip,
bud,
dude.
but you went viral.
He's like, dude, so many people said something. No, it's fine.
It's so funny, and you like so smart too to capitalize on that, because like I feel like a lot of people don't, because it's like harmless fun. Like
Yeah.
it's the internet's a better place because you posted that. But I feel like a lot of people would be like, oh, don't post that. Like he messed up. But like you like, I don't know. You show high school football through a lens, in my opinion, that nobody's ever done.
I just try
And,
to
and
show
I don't mean nobody, but
Mhm.
like to a scale that you've reached.
yeah,
Because like I know Swing has captured individual players throughout their journey and like did an amazing job of like telling their story individually, but the way that you've revolutionized the way like an entire city kind of captures that through like what you do with KDKA and like
creative.
all of that, it's really cool to see. Like
yeah.
Like
I
the
kind of just
Swiftie one
want
was
to.
cool.
What's that?
The Swiftie one you did was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
what's that?
I just try to capture.
See, I know Ben. See, I ain't messed that up.
What was
You
it?
you did a Swiftie one, didn't you?
Oh yeah, with the Taylor Swift
Yes.
sign. Yeah, yeah. We
Yes.
brought a whole
I don't know what you're talking about.
life size Taylor Swift cutout cardboard cutout to a game and said Taylor Swift came to the game. So, yeah,
Smart
we did
idea.
that,
I thought it was
Yeah.
very, very creative.
Yeah, I do. I just try to I kind of just try to like Well, one thing I tried to like for that, I kind of just whatever was trending. Like at that time, it was like Taylor
Yeah.
Swift and like Travis Kelce, and like I also was like tired of seeing Taylor Swift like during the Monday Night Football
Yeah.
game, so I kind of just like brought her to the game just to kind of be funny.
Yeah.
And then we had a cardboard cutout at the station, and I was like, it'd be funny if we just use it for a video. So we did, and it did well. But yeah, for like other stuff though, I try to just kind of relate to the players, like stuff that I would think was funny when I played.
Yeah.
Like that was just kind of funny, just because like, you know, he messed up and he said the wrong person. He realized it like right after, but
So funny.
yeah, just trying to capture like the same things that like I think is kind of funny when I played, like I can kind of relate to.
Yeah.
Like I always say, like I always post like a video of me being like, it'll be like someone with eye black on. And the ref comes up to you and goes, "You need one line," or you got your freaking face mask on, your visor,
Yeah.
and the ref's like, "You can't wear that."
Worst.
It's like,
Bro,
I'm
I
just trying to be
can't
dripped out
stand
like
the
in
whippio.
pregame. Like,
Yeah.
The Whippio's the professional cops of no swag.
Yeah.
Like they make sure every kid have your shirt tucked in, make sure your socks are below 3/4.
Make sure your knee pads are covering
your knee
knees.
pads better cover your knees.
Bro,
the knee pads is hit heavy now because so many kids they just lift them up, and I mean I get it, but like they're just trying to protect the kids though. Like
I get that
Dude,
part.
we couldn't
I do
even
get
wear
that part.
gloves. I'm so old. We had to wear gray gloves.
gray gloves.
It was a
Bro,
rule. Like
bro.
if you wore colored gloves.
No, that might have
it
been
was-
just your coach.
No, this was a rule. Actually, this was a college football rule. Now that I think of it, it was my freshman year in college. You
That
could
makes
only
sense.
wear
does
gray
make sense.
gloves.
You probably gotta just wear your team colors.
You couldn't wear team colors.
Oh really? Why?
This was a real rule.
You
could
gotta
only
you
wear
gotta
gray
remind
gloves.
you. This was 2009,
2010.
2010, Ben.
yeah.
It's a long
Yeah.
time ago.
You could only
man.
wear gray gloves. Yeah.
Dang, I'd have been hot because I ain't gonna lie. I like the swag. That's the tough part about being around Whippio football nowadays as well, bros. I feel like the PIAA and the Whippio, bro, are just so like
I don't-
conservative.
Yeah.
Like they're beyond conservative.
Why do they
bro.
care so much about if you wear a
Bro, I
visor?
don't
Like, what's
know.
the point in that?
It's just, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's just the health issue. Like, if you can't see their visor, you know, if they get hit or something, they want to see your eyes. That's the problem. They just want to make sure you can see your eyes. And if they had to go to like, they
Yeah.
actually do get a concussion, you like can't see. Like, what are we gonna do? Rip their helmet off? Like,
I got you.
you know, just
That makes sense.
it's just a health. It's just a health thing.
That
I just know
makes sense.
Yeah. But
That does make sense, but
Yeah.
I never understood tucking the shirt in and all that. Like whatever the kid wants to wear as style, it's not gonna make a difference, bro. Like it's really not. And if somebody makes a tackle that way, well then you learned your lesson to tuck your shirt in if you really
Yeah.
want to. Or
yeah,
not.
I mean, I think the biggest thing with the tucked jerseys is just like, well, one, bro, I would never keep my jersey untucked. I don't think that looks that good. I always tucked it.
yeah.
But like, I also see like it depends on the player. Like, it's gonna get pulled. Like, you'll have your coach tell you like, tuck your jersey in because it's gonna get pulled. Like, you're gonna get tackled like that. You know?
it's like having long hair. You seen Troy
Yeah.
Polamalu.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. It's just another thing you can grab onto.
I just also I've always been the type of person, bro. I've always tried to like combat against any rule that there possibly was. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to purposely
You?
try.
No way.
Oh yeah, every time. But like especially this year, there was one kid. I guess he had like a headband on his neck, and everyone's like, "That's a problem. Take it off." I'm like, for having a headband around your neck, that's a problem.
I've seen players wearing this new thing. It's like, I don't know what it's called.
Oh, yeah. What is that thing?
It's like
It's supposed to
It's like a
help with
collar
blood
thing.
blood
for
circulation.
concussions and stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Wait, you guys just said two separate things.
So it's supposed to help. Seriously, it's supposed to help blood circulation. I was looking this up because Tony Pollard wears it all the time, and it's supposed to help like the circulation. Like say if you get a concussion or something, it's because like I'm not positive, but I guess like it's a lot of blood that goes to your head or something like that, and it's supposed to help
Yeah.
regulate all of that through your
How the
body.
hell does it do that?
I
have
didn't know
no
all that
idea.
information, but yeah, I just knew it was for concussion.
Seems like it's the football version of the baseball thing that all the baseball players used to
I remember
wear.
that. I remember that.
Remember those?
Yeah.
I always
remember
would
that.
be like, why do all these baseball players have these on? They'd be like, you do, it makes you a better pitcher. And I'm like,
How?
I don't know
I
if
don't
that
know.
adds up, bud.
I
Yeah.
100% just wore them because they looked hard.
Yeah.
I knew. I didn't care.
Yeah, baseball players had like, their nightstand was like those necklaces, maybe, you know, something very important to them, their wallet, keys, Livestrong band.
Oh,
Definitely had.
well,
the
you talking about
Livestrong.
those like rope necklaces?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I had those when
You had those too?
Dude, when I
Everybody
was
did.
younger, yeah, dude, that was the thing. Like you had to
Awesome.
have all sorts of different colorways.
So
I
that
had the-
explains how you're so successful at such a young age.
Oh yeah,
You wore those.
whatever those are.
He's ahead of the game.
Shout out to
McCutcheon was wearing them. When McCutcheon was wearing them, you gotta wear them. Like
100%.
yeah, like I remember I had a
You're onto
black and
something.
yellow one. I think a black and white one.
How do we get some athletic aesthetic branded ones?
Probably just gotta look on the website. They probably need us right now.
Yeah, let's bring them
Probably
back.
down bad.
Yeah.
I haven't
You guys
seen
remember
anybody wear
the-
one in a long
The
time.
balance bracelets.
Yeah,
Those
dude.
were a big thing too.
I forgot about those.
I saw someone in high school wearing one the other day.
No
Really?
way.
Yeah, I mean, it must have been just for the drip or something. Because I'm pretty sure they've like those don't work. Like
Yeah, I'm pretty
I'm pretty
sure.
positive. I'm pretty
I'm pretty positive. They're like that doesn't make you more balanced.
So out of all the sports you shoot, man, what's your favorite sport to shoot?
It's got to be football. I always tell everyone like football is my favorite thing to shoot, just probably because like I played it and I kind of understand it more, and like most of my content's like football driven, so like I'm able to relate more with my audience with football rather than like any other sport. But it's definitely football. Just like you can't beat football, even though I will say it's like a pain to kind of run around and
Yeah, what's that like on you, man?
what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
everybody sees you
Yeah.
at all these different games. You're producing stuff for not only your own channel but other channels. So, like,
Come up with an idea.
what?
We need to do like a videographer Olympics.
Oh Lord.
videographer Olympics. I actually thought about doing a video before the season started. It was like videographer, like because you know how like football players are going to training camp. Well, now we got all these videographers. You got to go to videography football camp because like when you go out there, like there's the elements, and you got to
Talk to 'em.
run, and you got to get to a spot.
Come on.
Can we get some like really inspirational music behind this clip?
Yeah, like that's really what I was thinking about. Like you got to run, you got to like. There's so many different things you got to do, and you got to be able to read plays. Like I think that's one of the biggest things is like if you got to understand football when you
True.
like, shoot football because you got to be in a
Mm.
certain spot. You
Yep.
got to know what kind of side. Like I always tell people, like, how do you know like where do you figure out where you're gonna go? I'm like, well, whatever side the quarterback throws to, like whatever he's favorite, side to throw to. If he's a right, he's gonna more likely throw to the right, and he's gonna cross the field. Or if he's a lefty, he's gonna throw this way. And then I
That's
usually
smart.
try to stay in the middle, but I also try to figure out who's the key players. Like if they got Trey over here, I'm gonna go to Trey's side because he's probably gonna throw it to Trey.
Yeah, Vinnie over here. You probably
Yeah.
gonna go to Vinnie's.
Vinny's on this side. I don't know if he's
Offensive
gonna go on that side, but
All right. Well,
I
all right, we're
give-
even now.
I
We're
gotta
even
give credit where it's due though, bro, because videographers, bro, and photographers, like you guys get blasted during the games. Like I see guys run out of bounds. You guys have to learn to get out of swivel. So you guys
Yeah.
have to have like cat-like reflexes.
one time I was shooting Jordan Dangerfield. It's one of the first like things I ever shot. I was with D Brown 210s. He was doing a training session. I reached out to Jordan and I was like, "Hey, can I shoot a workout video for you?" It was like in the off season. He's getting ready to go back to Steelers. But I was just shooting this drill. He puts on one of those like parachute things, and I'm like shooting him, and he's starting to run towards me. I don't know why I didn't move, but he basically like parachute thing like ran me over basically. Like it hit me, and my lens hit my skull, bro.
Damn.
And it hurt for a second, but what happened was I broke my lens. And it wouldn't like kind of move. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, my lens literally just broke because it hit me in the head.
Bro, what?
Because like I
First of
kind of
all,
got ran over. I didn't
Yeah.
like get ran over. Like he didn't fall either, but like it was like the parachute thing like just hit me. And I broke my lens.
He ran you
"Oh,
smooth
crap."
over, my boy.
But then after that, I just I had to get a new one. And then I got that one like repaired. But then yeah, that was really it. That's my story of me getting ran over. Ever since then, I'll like stay in a spot, but sometimes
Now you lower
I'll
the
move.
shoulder back.
Yeah, what's that?
Now you lower the shoulder back.
Oh yeah, one time someone like ran over me in practice, and I kind of just like gave him a little bit of
Linebacker.
this. Like I was ready.
He said, "Never again."
Actually, we were talking about Coach
Never
Frank. So
again.
you played for Coach Frank.
Yeah. Coach Frank was one of my coaches. Yeah.
So we had a similar coach. So he coaches at Bell Vernon now. It's Frank Nangle. He was
Okay.
my middle school coach all the way up through my senior year, and then he went to Ringgold, right?
Yeah, I
And
think
then he
I'm
went
pretty
to
sure he
Bell Vernon?
Ringgold, yeah.
Or did he just go to Bell Vernon?
I think he just coaches at Ringgold, but I think he played Ringgold football like
Okay.
when he was younger.
We had another coach that went to Ringgold after, and I was
Yeah.
thinking about him. But anyways, Nangle, we have this video from my senior year. Actually, you saw the highlight tape. Remember, Jeff brought it to the.
Yes,
so
yes.
we, I'm old enough that we used to get it like a DVD of our.
Yeah.
I'm just aging myself on this
I
episode.
mean,
bro.
I got a couple of those too.
You do too. Okay, thank you for.
It was like at the end of the days, but yeah.
All right, well, all right, but you didn't have to add the details in there. But you got some, and then it was a DVD, and it would just be like we'd sit down at the banquet. What are you laughing at? We'd sit down at the banquet, and we'd watch it for the first time. It was like a big moment. I remember being 0-11, sitting down like, yo, let's see how sick we were this year. You know, highlight film.
You said 0-11.
Yeah,
0-11.
Yeah, but
wait, what year is this?
2008.
Wait, so was this in high school?
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah,
0-11.
yeah. Yeah, we went 5-4 the next year though, and we beat Bell Vernon. So
He told you straight to your face without saying it. You're dusty.
I think I do remember that game. I will say because my sisters were they were in the band.
it was like raining like crazy.
Yeah, I think I low key remember that game.
That was
I
my
remember
senior
going to an EF game
How old were you been
and
again?
like Bell Vernon lost, and we needed
8.
the.
We've already covered this.
You were 8.
I was
Ben.
like 8. Yeah.
Back to the story of what I was saying. What was I saying?
You were talking about your video with Frank Nagel.
Oh yeah. So we're watching the highlight, and then at the end, at the end of every, I don't even want to tell the story anymore, dude.
It's lost cause.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying. It's just so hard. Look, I'm sitting there looking at Ben. And he's saying he was 8 years old. I'm like, what? There's no way, bro. You're not saying you're dusty, bro.
You just said I was.
I definitely did. You are a little dusty. It's all right though. I'm right behind you.
No.
No. All right.
We have this blooper at the end of the highlight every year, and it would be just like funny stuff that would happen. And there's this one shot of this kid running out of bounds. I want to say it's Belver. No, it's Char Valley. He goes out of bounds, and bro, you know Nangle, he don't move quick.
Oh yeah, he does.
He ain't getting out of the way of this dude. And he just goes like this. Bro, dude drops. I mean, he absolutely clotheslined this kid and broke his arm in the process of doing so. Like,
Coach
you watch
Bergen?
it on the video, kid's coming, he looks last second, doesn't think about, let me get out of the way. He just goes like this.
Yeah.
Kid drops, and he just starts going like this in the video. It's on our highlight.
And he
I'll have
broke
to
his
get
arm.
it. Yeah, broke his arm.
Dang.
I can't lie, bro. Meeting your friends is probably the most hilarious thing I've done thus far this year, which I'm very thankful for. So appreciate you.
You're welcome. I'm glad that you got to meet him.
That's crazy because it's December. He said it like it was January or something. We've had a whole year go by.
Hey man, you want to see
Turkey
something?
Bowl was
You should have
special.
pulled up, man.
What?
Listen,
What?
this
The
Turkey
Turkey
Bowl.
Bowl?
You want
was
to come next year?
Hilarious.
Yeah, dude. I went to a turkey bowl this year. It was like in Fraser.
Ours is better. Next year.
But it was legit though. They had a turkey, they had trophies and everything. It was
wow.
pretty legit.
But did they,
And it was on a grass. It was like a random mud field where they had multiple teams.
but did they shotgun before the game?
They probably did. I came late. I came late.
What's
So,
that? What's that TV show with Blue Mount State?
That's the name.
It's called Blue Mountain.
Blue Mount State.
State.
I'm not gonna lie, there's like 4 or 5 guys on that team that definitely resembled that.
What's that movie called? Friday Night. It's about Friday Night Lights.
Shit, you could have
like-
played with Booby
I
Miles.
think
if
I
you
think
wanted
it's
to.
called Friday Night Lights too.
Oh shit!
You definitely could have played with Booby Miles. How old was that movie?
Which one? Friday Night
The
Lights.
first one.
99.
99. Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty
Vinnie
sure
was
it's
right there.
99.
What?
Vinnie was right there. You were
Friday
close.
Night Lights?
Yeah.
Came
Yeah.
out in 09 or like 08 or
No,
06 or
there's
something.
a
There's 2
TV
of 'em.
show and then there's a movie.
Yeah, the movie.
The movie came out like early 90s.
No.
No,
Look it
late
up.
90s. I'm sorry.
It
Maybe
came-
early 2000s.
It definitely came out while I was in high school.
I don't think it did.
He don't
Can you look it up, Swing?
I'm looking it
Okay,
up.
Swing's gonna look it up for him. It definitely is. I know for sure.
It's so old to Ben. I just want you to think about that. So if it came out when you were in high school,
I
that
mean,
is-
it's supposed to take place in 89,
The
like the
movie's
movie. So,
04.
Movie was 04.
Okay, that's not
I
bad.
told
my
you.
bad, my bad.
I was
That's
going
not
into
bad.
my freshman year and I was like, dude, this is what high school football's like. Holy shit.
I mean, that was
Like-
like that movie was sick. I like.
Bro, I was like looking at Dallas Carter.
excited.
Dude, listen. I
That
was like,
movie's
this
better
is
than
what
the
it's like
show.
to play high school football
That movie's
because
better than the show.
that movie took over
Yeah, dude.
culture, like sports culture for a long time.
I'm not gonna lie, it's one of my favorite. Remember the Titans is definitely like top 3.
Yeah.
It'll go that Friday Night Lights, and there's one more. What's his name? Rudy.
Rudy sucks. He shouldn't have got playing time.
I just felt good for all the walk-ons out there, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a walk-on too. I feel like it was
All
insulting.
right, trivia question of the day. Do you know whose roster spot he took?
I know it.
Well,
Joe Montana's.
There it is.
really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Joe Montana got hurt.
He was banged up.
Joe Montana.
Really?
Another ringled legend.
Yeah,
Man.
if you look up his interviews, he has so many interviews about it.
Really?
Like, yeah, he was like, I didn't play.
Huh.
But he wasn't like here, I don't want to play. Like something happened that he
yeah.
couldn't go.
Man, I ain't
Interesting.
gonna lie. That's really interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So Rudy would never be a thing if Joe Montana wasn't injury prone.
Yeah. That or I don't know if he was hungover, injured. I know something.
Oh,
He was like
plot
something.
thickens.
There was some sort of reason
Plot
that
twist.
he like couldn't go. But yeah.
I think the people that were gonna write the movie Rudy were like, hey, listen, Joe, you're gonna have a great career. We need a storyline here. Okay. This was before NIL, so they couldn't just be like, all right, here's $20K to sit this one out. Like,
I lied about my top 3, by the way.
what was it?
The other one's The Longest Yard.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
the new
Yeah.
one with Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Great.
I don't
movie.
even know if I put Rudy up there.
No,
I like Rudy though.
Rudy's probably like top 5, but Longest Yard is definitely there for me. Longest Yard, definitely Friday Night Lights.
Any Given Sunday is really good too.
Oh, you know what?
Like, that's top up
That's
there.
probably like 4 for me.
Waterboy's up there.
Waterboy's not up there.
What?
Huh?
I mean, it's a good movie, but I have bro, when it comes to football movies, I'm there for like
The actual
the
sport.
actual football movie.
Well-
I'm still grinding out NCAA 14. I'm not gonna lie.
There we go.
You ready for the new one?
Oh, I'm ready.
Listen,
Actually, I'm not ready because I still have to get a PS5 to get it because it's gonna be next gen.
I was gonna say, dude, I haven't played a video game since like 2012. Literally, like haven't owned a console or played a game. And if that comes back out, I might have to buy something.
Bro, I might
Yeah.
not leave my crib for 3 whole weeks.
I'm
if
so
that game
excited.
comes
Hold
That
on,
was
Trey,
the only game I
gotta ask you
played.
something. So were you like being a college athlete, like were you like ticked like they got rid of the game?
Pissed.
Would you rather them like
Pissed.
have the game and you didn't you weren't getting paid, or like would you rather like them just like
Ben, with all due respect, I could care less about getting paid with that game. I just wanted to be in that game. Do you know how many games I've bought to be in that game? Like when I tell you like how many games, like that was my goal. Like I played every NCAA game there was up until 2014. And I'm like, oh yeah, like one more year, I'm right there. Cancellation. I wanted to lose my shit. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, are you so serious?
Well, if you babies wouldn't have been complaining about money, none of this would have happened.
Listen,
well, you could download the rosters. Did you download the
But that-
roster?
but that wasn't even,
That wasn't the same.
it wasn't the same.
Because I will say, bro, you were on one of my downloaded rosters. I will say that.
Wait,
I appreciate that. My rating probably wasn't great, but
I was
you know
on
what I mean?
NCAA football.
Bro, I'd grinded Pitt, bro.
You
We won
were.
like 12 natties.
Yeah, I would create my team every year and run it through
Oh,
season mode.
Ultimate team.
Bro, my teammates were all 99 stacked. My stats would be crazy.
I
at the
made
end
a
of the
Bell
year,
Vernon
bro.
team one, and then I put him like in NCAA for some reason.
You're crazy if you don't make at
Your own
least
team,
your
yeah.
team one time
Yeah.
growing up on that game.
Facts.
Like you're not playing the game for
I
the
wonder-
right purposes.
I wonder what the new one's gonna have in it. I'm actually curious.
I don't know. I feel like they'll probably have
transfer
a free
portal.
agent.
Yo,
They're supposed to have a transfer portal. I did hear that, and there's also supposed to be like NIL situations in there.
Bruh.
So I'm curious. To
Jordan
see how
Rooney
that
just comes
goes.
into the screen. He's like,
Yo,
he's
wait,
like, so you're interested in branding?
wait, we didn't. We got to talk about DeVito's agent,
Yeah,
bro.
Hold on, bro.
I heard that that's Johnny's agent.
Yes,
So how do we get him on? We
JP.
gotta- yeah, no, it's Johnny's agent.
Yeah.
So
John
we,
Patricia?
yeah.
JP. That's his agent.
Wait,
Yeah.
John Patrician's agent? That dude?
Maybe that's public
That's what he
information.
said.
I don't want. Maybe I shouldn't have said
If they
that.
got
put
this
it on
in-
Instagram.
He did.
Yeah,
Okay.
JP posted
Cool.
on Instagram.
That's his agent.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. He looks like he's in the mafia.
bro, he looks like a super Italian Jordan Rooney. Tell me he doesn't,
Yeah, he is,
bro.
for sure. Like he looks like
Hey,
a Jordan.
hold on. Shout out to Jordan Rooney. You my dog. We gonna get you back on here, but we gotta talk about that because y'all do look like y'all family. I ain't gonna lie.
Have they ever been seen in the same place at the same time? Is all I want to know. Because is it just a legal thing that there's certain people Jordan can't like work with at the same
Listen.
time, and so he's created this alter ego? Because there's no way that's a different person.
I'm not gonna lie though, like DeVito's whole everything screams to me like he definitely has 1 or 2 uncles who were like top of the mafia inside of New York. There's no question in my bone at all whether or not his family was a part of the mafia at
Oh,
one
yeah.
point in time.
That suit was crazy.
The suit was crazy.
The hat was crazy.
The hat set the
The
tone,
hat
bro.
just set the tone. Yeah.
I looked like he was supposed to be in Godfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, for
Yeah.
real, you look at him, bro. I was like, he's definitely got 3 bodies on his hands somewhere. Somewhere.
I just listen, it's my people, okay? It's Italians,
Oh
okay?
yeah, I got one.
My boy over there, all right? It's the takeover.
Can we all just get us on camera? Just
I
doing this
actually
one time?
commented. Let's go to comments. I feel like I don't get more notifications than when I comment on one of your videos ever. Like
Oh, really?
it's for a month
Oh, yeah.
straight. If I get a comment early on a Ben Tenuta video, it's for months that I'm just
They
getting.
run for a while.
That's how you get
They're
followers?
still running. Like I'll post anytime I post a video, I'll be getting notifications for it for like ever.
So,
like-
Ben, if I go and comment on your stuff right now, am I going to get some followers from it?
Well, you got to have a thoughtful comment.
It's got to be like a crazy comment.
Say less.
It's got to like be engaging. It's got to
Say
be
less.
like
Yeah.
that niche.
You
Like
gotta- you gotta
post
say
with
something that's
the
like-
post the kids ruined the gloves with the turf beads.
Mhm.
That's all I put was those
Oh.
gloves are done for. I got notifications for probably a month. I had like 11,000
Dude, that
likes on a
video-
comment. Like,
That video was so crazy. So those kids literally they did that on their own. Like, cause sometimes I'll be like, bro, if you do this, like it'll go viral. And they're like, oh yeah, like that's crazy. Like I was like, yeah, it'd be funny if we did this. But like that video, they just pulled up with these gloves with turf beads filled to the rim, and they're like walking around with it. 'Cause we were at Latrobe football field, and the turf was like crazy there, and because they usually play on grass, so they have like 2 fields. So they come up with these turf beads, and I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Like,
Kids
I was like,
never
let me get a
seen
video
turf
of you
before.
guys. Let me get a video of you guys dumping this out, because I know like everyone knows when you play football, bro. Those turf beads
Everywhere.
are
Everywhere, for
everywhere.
weeks.
You'll be in your house. It'll be 3 months later, and
Yep.
all of a sudden a turf bead's gonna like be somewhere in one of your clothes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was funny. But yeah, comments will go for days.
What's
Oh,
your
yeah.
funniest video you've done so far? Like your most viral video? Do you know?
The most viral videos, it's got to be that 12-year-old video. Like you guys had to see it.
Oh,
Which one
yeah,
is
with
it?
Big Cuz from Bell Vernon.
Yeah,
He was like, here,
oh
I'm
yeah,
12.
Cam Newton got it. Everybody.
Oh,
had
yeah.
that
Yeah,
one. Yep.
what's crazy is he's a state champion lineman. He just like they just won states, and he wasn't 12 years old. Like people think he was actually 12. Like,
Bro, have we all played against that one kid who did look like that, though, when we were 12?
yeah. But
Yeah.
which is crazy, dude. That was like 9U though in the video. Like the kids, the kids were like 9 years old in the video, and that video was like unplanned, bro. Like that came out of nowhere. Kind of the same type of situation. Like we were doing a photo shoot for Lyman Issues, which is like a brand. They reached out to me to do like some pictures with their like t-shirts and stuff, and we were planning on going to the football field, but there was youth football games going on, so we were like, all right, we'll go to the locker room. And like I was like taking pictures, and they had football gloves, so I was like, bro, could you put on like the full shoulder pads and everything just for the football gloves? And he was like, yeah, I'll do it. So my guy Dane Levi, he was down to do it, and we were taking the pictures, and then we thought it'd be funny. We're like, what if we like recreated that scene from Benchwarmers and said like I am 12 and like gave a piece of paper to the ref and just went out there and did it. So we were like, all right, let's do it. So we walked down there, youth football game going on. I just started taking videos, and we didn't talk to the ref before, but I do know the ref. He's one of my old teammates' dads, and he just like unscripted, just like basically like, knew exactly what we were kind of doing there, and just
That's
kind of like
awesome.
was like, just the what he said was perfect, and the
That's
video just
crazy.
went crazy. So shout out my guy Dane Levi for wanting to do it.
The one thing I really need to know about you is I know for me, when I left football, art was my way to stay connected to the game. And you said originally that, the camera being in your hand wasn't the initial plan when you were playing football. So like, when did that happen where you picked up the first camera? And, why do you do it? I mean, you obviously have to love it to do it to the level that you're doing it at.
Yeah.
So like, what do you get out of capturing football? And, like, how did it start and what do you get out of it today?
Yeah, so it all started. So after that, like that school project I made, I was like, people would start telling me I should join the broadcasting class, the next year, and I did. I joined the broadcasting class. I started to learn how to use Adobe Premiere, video editing, and got to use a real camera from the school. And I basically did video stuff ever since that freshman year, from the senior year. But I didn't really do sports. I I would broadcast a basketball game. I would never like shoot basketball games. That wasn't really a thing like back then. Like it was kind of just on the come up. And then, you know, after my senior year, I used to do like video interviews. I'd interviewed, you know, Chase and Zeds, you know, and everything. And then I went to Illegal, which is like another store in the South Side. So I was interviewing a bunch of different people. And then eventually COVID ended up hitting. And freshman year of college, I did some video stuff, wasn't like getting back into it. But it wasn't until that second half of the semester, I was like, all right, I'm going to start doing like this sports videography thing. Because I've been seeing this dude named Logan posting videos of Rodney Gallagher.
Shout out the swing. Putting cameras in guys' hands.
So
Let's go.
The first like actual like sporting game I shot was an LH Bell Vernon game. And I don't know why I brought a monopod. Like, he should have told me not to bring a monopod. I didn't even talk to him. I didn't like actually directly know him yet.
Just went up to you and told you to get rid of.
I was like, you should have just came up to me and just slapped
Swing's
that
like-
monopod out of my.
Swing's like, get rid of that shit.
Because I'm sitting there with a monopod when I'm shooting. Like, why was I doing that? Anyways, so that's when I started. I shot that first basketball game, and then ever since then, like I was doing stuff over the summer, and then eventually, like KDK reached out to me. I shot one high school football game. It was actually 2 football games because that day it was like week 0. So I shot Bishop Sycamore and I shot Stowe Rocks in the first game. And then
Wait, time out. Bishop, wait.
Neither of you
That went over
reacted.
my head. You shot Bishop.
I shot Bishop Sycamore. Yeah, it was like one of the first actual football games.
You mean
I
the
actually
team that
shot.
doesn't really exist?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
existed, my
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah, so I shot that Bishop Sycamore game, and then
That specific game that they got busted, like after being on national
it was
TV,
the week.
or-
It was 2 days before their second game of the weekend.
Wow,
got busted.
dude. Second game of the weekend.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
played 2 games in one weekend.
Time out.
forgot about that,
So isn't Bishop Sycamore, they had like 24-year-olds on a high
Yeah,
school
it's a
team?
made up school.
Yeah, dude, some of those dudes looked crazy. That's another crazy
They
story.
were
I can
smoking
tell.
They were
cigarettes on
sharing
the
helmets
sideline.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
They
That was
walked out
real
there.
life. I am 12. Like
That was real life. Your one boy. What's his name? Dixon. Dixon would have been on that team.
I think he might have been on the roster actually.
Yeah, like they had I mean, if you guys watched the
Surprised.
documentary, I feel bad for a lot of the kids that like were put in that situation because they basically was just like told lies.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I shot that game. I shot Central Catholic versus Emotep in the evening. That was like the game of the night. I was like really shooting. And that next week, Dan Zangrilli from KDK reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you want to help with our KDK coverage?" And
Wow.
ever since then, I just been doing it ever since for
Yeah.
the KDK. So we just been killing it, trying to making it better every year. We just got the Whippeal flagship this past year, and you know, just kind of try to do it, bring it back to hoops this year too. So yeah.
What's the big picture here for Ben Tenuta? Like,
big picture. I mean, I'm not sure. I mean, I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now, so I'm just kind of taking it one plate at a time, kind of at the moment. So we'll see whatever
Respect
happens
that.
next. Yeah.
Always the next down.
sometimes
Yeah.
that's the best I've learned is,
Yeah.
you can have the big picture in mind, but so many things kind of change and happen. One day your life is completely different and you look at it different. And so I think it's good.
Yeah.
You're in a good spot. What you're doing is working. So you just lean into that, dude. And obviously, more doors are going to open and some of them will be great. Some of them will be, a lesson. And I'm excited to watch it, man.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
grateful for you
Appreciate
to
that.
hop on today and just be another place for you to share your story. Cause I think you're going to do some special stuff in your life. And if you're watching this channel, obviously you have a platform much larger than the one we currently have while we're recording this. But, if you are following us and you don't already follow Ben, you definitely got to go check out his work. It's awesome. And so I don't know if you have anything else or if you wanted to throw something in
Nah,
before
that
we
was-
wrapped up.
That was just basically it for me. I just want to say thank you for coming on the show, man. When I hit you up, I was like, if Ben doesn't show up for now on, every time I see Ben, we got to fight. And it's guaranteed that I'm going to at least see you once or twice. So,
No, I appreciate you
I
guys
love that
having me
we're
on.
getting
No
guests
problem.
just by Trey threatening them.
I was like, I'm going to have to fight Ben, bro. I don't want to have to fight Ben. I
Nobody
like
wants
Ben.
to come on our show. They just don't want to get beat up.
You know what I mean?
Trey, I actually almost forgot. Like I was, because like this weekend was crazy because I shot states. And I was like, yesterday was like the first day I actually like sat down and I didn't just like edit all day.
Process
Or like
life.
shot a game.
Yeah.
And then Vinnie hit me up and he's like, hey, I heard you're coming in tomorrow. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm coming in tomorrow. I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah, I almost forgot, but yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. Thanks for making the time, dude. I know you are busy. Is there anything maybe that you want to leave with? Just maybe a thought or
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
a message to someone?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. I really appreciate it. You guys have been killing it. And just want to say thank you to everyone that's been supporting me this past year. You know, it truly means a lot. And every year I kind of come into it and I'm like, did I hit my peak? Like, I had a really good year this year. Like, what's this next year going to be like? And like every year I just kind of shock myself and, you know, kind of do something new every year. So just kind of keep bringing it, keep doing what I'm doing, and appreciate all the love and support that everyone's been giving me. So yeah, it means a lot. Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, man. Thanks for being here.